Yeah. Uh, hey, so this is the Hooded Luchadore again, and coming with you with picking up the Gauntlet. And we got another week of Gauntlet League Wrestling. And I want to say I'm sorry for not getting the video out sooner. I heard somebody said I hyperventilated, but it wasn't true. My cousin, she was in an Overwatch tournament, and it's a whole thing. Anyway, big new season, and we're back in Gauntlet City, okay, and representing Valley Heights, the big 574. And this is a cool new season. We got lots of promises, lots of new money. I was watching the show. I didn't get to go, but I watched the show, and it looks like they redid the seats, which is sweet. They got looks like they actually got padding this time. Anyway, some hot news. If you watched it, you know that Terry Burns is back. Terry Burns, ooh, exclamation point, and the Executioner. So, right now, Gauntlet League Wrestling has promised some new hotness, which is cool, which is good, and the show was awesome in places. But they ended up doubling down on some of the older crew and some of the older gimmicks and things like that. So, may pay off in some ways, maybe not in others. Anyway, so let me pick out a couple of good matches. Of course, everybody's talking about the opener. We got Cyborg Destroyer versus the Executioner. Cyborg Destroyer, great wrestler, old timer. He's been out and he get pulled back in. He had that hot streak when the Sarah Connor Chronicles was on and stuff. And of course, it's an open secret that Kenny Omega, he stole his Terminator opening. You probably saw that at Wrestle Kingdom 11 just recently. He stole his old Terminator shtick from Cyborg Destroyer. Anyway, it was an interesting show because this is the first coming out of the gate thing after some stuff. And Executioner comes out a little flat. He's a vet, but he comes out a little down. But it's good once we get in ring. His in-ring work is good. It's solid. Enjoyed the match, the back and forth there. They brought back color commentary bot 69 for this. I don't know if that was the right thing to do. But he's there. He's got a fan base, and he moves merch, sweet. Some MA-rated merch. But anyway, good match. So here's the thing, though. We get to the end, and Cyborg Destroyer gets up on that top rope, and he comes down to do the T-bomb, and I swear the bump he took, it looked like he hit hard. But I'll tell you, he landed it. Executioner got in there. He took Executioner down, and he got the win. But, ooh, you could hear the crowd just, the air coming in because that looked harsh. Looked harsh. We had some other good stuff, setting up some rifles. Particularly looking forward to Dr. Explosiones versus Serious Business. That's going to be sweet. We had some good matches. But one of the things I want to point out is we had a lot of freaky spots. We had the Harbinger back, and he's weird. But of course, then we had Jeffrey Bleakwood back, and he had a weird promo. So here's the other thing. You got to check this out. So anyway, I had a friend, Nathan, who actually went to the show, and he picked me up some merch that was out there. Check this out, man. Look. Hello. Yep. It's a Clarabelle doll. They're moving this stuff. Can you even believe that? Look at it. Its eyes follow you when you move around the room. There it goes. It's waving at you. It's saying hello. It's telling Jeffrey what to do. Creepy, isn't that? Anyway, so that was kind of sweet. So I got that. I'll put that up on the shelf. So we get through some other matches and stuff like that. El Toro and some other people. But who cares? We get to the big tag team match, right? So it's Fabuloso and Harbinger versus Terry Burns and Jeffrey Bleakwood. Okay. So here's the thing. If you guys are probably already know this, but they go outside the arena or on the land outside. You can see in the backdrop, you can see the things going past it. They got this sort of fake woodsy thing set up, but it's over there in that lot next to it. Anyway, you can even actually, one shot, you can see the backhoe. And I talked to a guy, and he said that what they did was they got some of the special effects guys who worked on the Hardy Boys final deletion thing, and they paid them a couple of six-packs to come over and give them some tech advice and to help them out with the digging and stuff. So you can see a little bit of that. It's kind of a crazy thing. It's not something we've seen from Gauntlet League Wrestling before, but it was pretty sweet. And, it promises that maybe we're going to see some more crossover with TNA. Might be able to get, some cross promotional matches. That'd be pretty sweet there. Maybe some dirt bikes flying around. Anyway, rough, brutal match. Okay. And I will have to say they're trying something new, but it was like watching the Blair Witch of wrestling. Things are shaking and going around. They're trying to get it. Here's the other thing. Harbinger's freaky, and I don't know why they're trying to sell him as a face. Like he's got this whole justice thing, avenging the world thing. But man, he is freaky. He's freaky. The other thing we had going on in that match is, of course, Fabuloso has that long history with Burns. We get Burns back, after a few incidents. And Burns is the one who set Fabuloso up, so we get some callback to that. And, of course, Burns has the mask in his pocket. But you can see that they got real heat with each other. They really, really don't like each other, And so I'm not surprised when we see Burns fall back. And, I have an argument online with a buddy of mine, and I swear that cut he had on him was legit because it was bleeding out, and looked like he poured whatever that was he had in the bottle there. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just JD in there anyway. So then you get Jeffrey Bleakwood in here, and if you like Jeffrey Bleakwood, you got full on 110% Jeffrey Bleakwood. Cat animals washing other people, horrific rituals, power changes. It was weird. There's been some freaky Bleakwoods over the years, but Jeffrey really takes the cake. And it goes back and forth, and it's dark. We got fireworks and stuff, and people are in these leaves and mud that's on the mat, and Burns takes the win. And I was shocked, So again, we say we're coming in for a new generation, doing new stuff. And then you have this old vet, this old hand, Burns come back in. I mean, when we saw his the clip reel during the promo earlier on, it was nothing newer than 10 years ago. And yet they give him the win. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad because I love Burns. I love me some Burns. He's wild, and who knows what the heck he'll do in the ring. But still, that's a kind of crazy choice. Anyway, so that was an amazing match. And it really stole the thunder from the main event that came next. So I don't know who was doing the programming, but it's kind of crazy because we had Alex Dreamboat, who's the contender and the muscle there to the champion, and had Hombre de Oro come up, and it was a good match. But geez, after you've seen that fight in the pit, who cares about whatever comes next? Anyway. So let's go on to rumors. So anyway, so I hear that Executioner took an injury. It certainly looked like a couple of the people took some hard hits. And what I'm hearing is the Executioner might be out for a couple of weeks. I really hope they do something with that rivalry. I really want to see, a final climactic battle between CD and XE. I understand they're going to keep pushing Terry Burns. That's what I heard. Also, so apparently the next day after the match, Fabuloso went up to the main office, talked to Wolf Backhouse, and supposedly he asked for his release, and they gave it to him. So Fabuloso's heading back to Mexico. Apparently he's working with his girl Bandito's stunt band, so we're not going to see him for a while, if ever. Who knows? He might go back to AAA division down there, if he goes. I mean, I don't know how he'd make it in like Lucha Underground, of course, because he's done the whole thing where his whole shtick is that he's lost his mask and he's got a whole new persona. Who knows if that would work there? Might not go over. There's some people who are still kind of pissed at him in the Lucha Leagues. Anyway, so the other thing I want to talk about is if you haven't seen it already, there's a video out there Bleakwood Savant 23. He has a great rundown from the show of all the weird, occult, mystical symbology that you could spot during some of the promos and on the books in the shelves of the Bleakwood Manor, and then the Flash stuff during that the big match there. You know, some weird Bleakwood stuff and some weird stuff from the Harbinger. It's real clear that somebody in the writer's room and somebody from the Cestus group is, been reading the boards, and they're certainly playing up on their own rumors. So that's pretty sweet. Though some people said it was more real, but again, that's crazy. Don't worry about that. Gauntlet Guru, he's still missing, but that's still just a work. So don't worry about that. Anyway, what I hear now is that the Gauntlet League Wrestling, the next show is going to be on the road, and they're going to be a show at Newark, which is pretty cool, over there in New Jersey, even though it's New Jersey, but there it is. So we'll see what that's going to be. I don't know what the lineup is. I haven't heard anything about that. Anyway, good grappling, and make sure to subscribe and like and do all that commenting stuff there. And, we will see you later, brother.